They've got acres and acres and acres of paddock, and they've got to be sitting next to the road. Look at that. How cool is that? She's locked up. You can't get in. So another great little bar. Chasing the min lights. You stink. But I don't know. I don't think I'd swim in it at the moment because there's no water in it. So just found another gem of a little pub. And then have a go at the pool. What a gem. Yeah, this pool. It's awesome. Undercover. Well, cattle definitely do survive out here, because here's some, and of course they're walking across the road. Don't walk out in front of me, Mr. Cow. Mr. Cow. Miss Cow. They've got acres and acres and acres of paddock, and they've got to be sitting next to the road. Well, that's not a cow.
It's a steer.
I was right, it was a mister. Oh, a big Brahmin.
Hundreds of them over there.
Oh, there is. Look at them.
We've seen cows.
There's heaps of them over there.
We've seen hundreds and probably thousands of cows today.
So we decided we would do a bit of a detour because it's about 38 degrees, so we thought we'd come to the drop in at Boulia Creek and we'll go for a swim in the swimming pool. Yeah, and they've got water slides. Can't wait. It's going to be great. Oh, it's shut. We've just driven out to Boulia Creek for a swim and the pool's shut. We should have known. A small country town. It's open from 6 till 7 in the morning and 3 till 6 at night. And that's it. Oh my goodness me. Can you believe it? Oh, what a classic. What idiots. Anyway, back on the road, and the worst thing is they're doing massive roadworks up here, and it's like a 10-minute wait. Anyway, back on the road, and we're going to slip into a sneaky little pub now. We're going down to a little town down the road. It's about an hour drive, and I can't tell you until we get there. It's a surprise. So just left Boulia Creek after a beautiful refreshing swim. And we're heading out to McKinlay, to the little pub at McKinlay. And I'm not going to tell you the name of the pub because it's a surprise. But if you know the pub at McKinlay, then you'll know it's one of Australia's famous pubs. Anyway, there is not much on this road, that is for sure. She's pretty barren. My humour map, the paper map, said that this was dirt. But Sarah's got a little brochure that says that it's not dirt. And I think the brochure's right and humour's not right.
It's a very old road too. It's not a new road.
True. It's just pulled off the side of the road. We're literally out in the middle of nowhere. Like, have a look. And it is flat as flat. And there's a couple of things here. One I pulled over to have a look at and didn't realise, but I've discovered something in this which is even more fascinating. But the thing that I find incredible, it's just all of this debris that's built up around this tree from the flood. Have a go. Have a go at it. Look how high the flood is out here. That's incredible. But something that's even more incredible, which I will show you, this is pretty cool. When I came over here, I saw a kite fly out. So kite, she's actually just sitting over there. It's a bird of prey, a kite. And she flew flew out of here, and this is the reason why she flew out of here. She's got a nest with 2 young chicks there. Look at that. How cool is that? Well, we have made it to this very iconic hotel. It's out at a place called McKinlay, which is about halfway between Winton and Mount Isa. I'll give you a little hint here. There's a little hint behind me. Never Never Tours. And we'll just turn the camera around and we'll have a bit of a squeeze. It is Walkabout Creek Hotel, where they filmed Crocodile Dundee. We've got the old truck over there. She's a gem. So here she is, the old Crocodile Dundee bar, eh? The Walkabout Hotel. So that bar itself inside has all been redone, but they've kept the old bar and they've put it in a little shed out the back. But unfortunately, the disappointing thing is that the poor old bar in this shed here, she's locked up. You can't get in. I asked them if they'd open it, and they said no, we don't really open it. So the people that own the pub are a bit over it. She's actually for sale at the moment if anyone wants to buy it. They've been out here for 10 years, working 7 days a week and in the stinking heat. So they're over it. Pity you can't go in and have a beer at that bar, that'd be great. Anyway, so another great little bar, the old Walkabout Creek, home of Crocodile Dundee. So back on the road again after spending the night at Walkabout Creek Hotel, the old famous Crocodile Dundee pub, and heading out to a little town called Boulia. And Boulia, which I didn't know about, but so I got another brochure from the information centre. Boulia is the home of the Min Min lights. So apparently there's a big thing at the information centre out here about the Min Min lights, so we'll go and have a look and see if we can see some Min Min lights tonight. That'd be exciting. Whether they're a myth or whether they're true. I reckon they're true.
I think they're true.
Oh, and here we are, we're just coming up to a Royal Flying Doctor's runway. Let's have a check of it out. This is so they can land the planes out here for the emergencies. There's a heap of cattle. Like, how would the cattle survive this? Blimey Charlie, they do. And apparently it's pretty good grazing land too. The guy was saying that they get 1 cow per 25 acres out here, which is pretty good. Anyway, we're just coming up to the end of the runway here. Any skiddy marks from the planes? Oh yeah, there's some skiddy marks from the planes landing. And look at all those cows. What are they? They are Brahmins. Anyway, we've got a big truck coming, so I better concentrate. We're back on the dirt. And she's pretty dusty behind us. The poor old van is going to be full of dust again. Never mind. Definitely a mighty big old road train, that's for sure. It's probably waiting to go into the farmers, pick up the cattle, I would say. No sign of him. So we are on what is called the Kennedy Development Road, which runs from Winton to Boulia. We're going out to Boulia to have a look at the Min lights. And I'll tell you, I hope we do not come across a road train coming the other way, because this old road's not really wide enough for a road train and us going the other way. So, and the story goes is you've got to give way to the road trains because they can't stop in a hurry. I don't know why, I don't know what's wrong with them. I reckon they should give way to me. Anyway, we'll keep plodding along. So here we are, getting to Boulia, chasing the Min lights. We just stopped on the side of the road at this sign, and as I'm standing here talking to this camera, I can look straight across there and there's a kangaroo sitting in the shade of a tree. How about that? It's probably a red kangaroo too. Sarah wants to see a red kangaroo. Bit too far away, the old camera won't pick it up, unfortunately. And look what we just happen to have on the side of the road here. Some camels. Hey buddy. Is he going to try and attack me? Hey bud. I wonder how friendly he is. Hey Mr. Camel. Check him out. He seems pretty friendly. Yeah. He's very friendly. These are all the ones from the races. He's got a peg in his nose. These are the camels they must race. Hey buddy. Hey. How you going, mate? Are you okay? You stink. Yeah, you do, bud. Anyway, nice seeing you, Mr. Camels.
They've got the big...
Nothing quite like the serenity of a beautiful free camp. With old mate here, started his roosting noises at about 4 o'clock this morning. Yes. I don't know where they have come from, but there was actually another one over there as well. Very, very noisy you are, mate. So we're at Boulia, home of the Min lights. And we copped a fair bit of dust in the old van again yesterday, and I'm having so much trouble walking. I'm so dizzy again. The old head's full of dust. Anyway, we'll have a look, see what we can do. Whoa. Show you this a pretty big area here. It's down behind the race course. And we're down on the edge of the Burke River. We came down for a swim. We'll go down and have a look how nice the river's looking. And you need to make a decision whether you'd go in for a swim or not. Anyway, and we got still hanging around here, old trookies. And there's 2 roosters in there at the moment, as far as we're aware, at least 2. They were both going off chops. Anyway, we'll go and have a look, but it's not a bad little spot. And there's no one else around. And I'll tell you the reason why there's no one else around, because we're right at the very end of the season and it's too hot. It was 39 yesterday. But we had a good swim, which was really good. Really enjoyed the swim. So we'll go and have a look at the Burke River. Let's go check her out. Pretty wide river this. But I don't know. I don't think I'd swim in it at the moment because there's no water in it. So yep, drove out here to go for a swim and she's as dry as the Kalahari. Now I did say that we had a swim yesterday, Because Boulia, fortunately, has got a really awesome swimming pool. And even better, it was free of charge. So, but it's funny, it's weird, I don't understand it. Like, the swimming pool was freezing. All these places out here, it's 39 degrees, 38, 39 degrees, and the water's freezing. Anyway, Sarah likes nice cold water. I get a bit chilly and can't stay in there for terribly too long. So, old Boulia home to the Min lights. We didn't see any last night, unfortunately. Nice night, didn't see any. And today we are going to go down the Diamantina Development Road. And for those of you who know, it's the road to the most iconic pub in Australia. So we're going to head down there to the best pub, most well-known worldwide pub in the country. Can't wait. Go and get a nice chilly beer. It's going to be hot down there too. Anyway. So we are on the Boulia Bedourie Road, heading down to Bedourie. We were going to go to Birdsville. Bedourie. We were going to go to Birdsville, but Sarah had a bit of a butcher's, bit of a Captain Cook, and there's a couple of things down here.
Just passed over the Tropic of Capricorn.
Yeah, no signs to tell us, and we whooshed past it and missed it. But I'll tell you, she's pretty desolate out here, that's for sure. There is just nothing. Again, nothing. Have a go. So we're in the little town of Bedourie, which is about 180 k's north of Birdsville, I suppose. And it's the start of the Simpson Desert. It's where the Simpson Desert meets the Channel Country, apparently. That's what it says on the community hall. And old Bedourie, its claim to fame is that this is where they came up with the spun steel camp oven. There was a guy here, a tinsmith, who came up with the idea because he thought that the old cast iron camp ovens were too heavy for the camel ears and the camels. So the first one he did, he put two billies, a bigger billy and a smaller billy, on top of each other and see if they'd work, and it worked. So that's how it all started, and there's a little plaque over here we can go and have a look at. So here we have the old Bedourie camp oven, and one of the things with this, which has been recognised in 2001 by the Australian Capital Territory as the origin of the Bedourie camp oven. But one thing that this has got is the lid is actually a fry pan. You turn it around, it's a fry pan, whereas regular camp ovens, it's not a fry pan, it's just a lid. So just found another gem of a little pub, which is the Royal Hotel at Bedourie. And have a go at this. She's a gem. I wonder how old it is. We'll go inside and have a bit of a squiz and see what it's like inside anyway. Have a bit of a look. So this is an old mud hut that was built in the 1880s, and they built these places out here because apparently Bedourie, where we are, was a halfway point for the drovers that used to drove their cattle from up in North Queensland down to the markets in Adelaide. What a trek that would be. And all this is all old original timber and tin. She's a gem. Classic old building, this one. Pretty thick walls. They're huge walls, massive. What's it like inside? Yeah, pretty primitive. Not much in there. But nice big veranda around it. It's actually quite cool. Look at all the birds' nests up there, all the swallows I think they are. There's heaps of them everywhere. All built out of mud. So we're just at the Bedourie recreational area. We've got the nice artesian spa bath behind us coming straight out of the ground. We're going to slip into that. And it's an awesome little complex, this. Great that they have it out in the middle of here, because like it gets so hot. And absolutely awesome pool. We came for a swim yesterday afternoon when we came in here, but I didn't want to bring the old camera in because there was a few people in here, and especially a few kids. And we do not want to be filming kids in a swimming pool. That's a big no-no. But they got the old sprinklers going, which is good, obviously bore water, but keeping the grass nice and green, that's for sure. And then have a go at the pool. What a gem. Yeah, this pool. It's awesome. Undercover. It's beautiful. The water temperature is so nice in there. So we'll be back for another swim later on ski. But looks like it's going to be a bit of a better day today because we've got some cloud cover up there. So it might be a bit cooler.
They even supply the barbecue, the noodles.
Oh, barbecue. Oh, noodles too.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Boards.
Oh, kickboard. Oh, beautiful, the kickboard. We might go for a bit of an exercise swim later. Anyway, perfect.
And the birds like it the most.
Yeah, the birds. Look at all the birds. Look at them all. There's heaps of them up there. What are they? Little finches of some sort, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. But they're loving it, that's for sure. So we're only going to stay here last night, but we've decided to stay for another day because of this pool. Because we won't be able to get a swim for quite a while because all the creeks and rivers are all dried up. So it'll probably be another week before we actually maybe see water. Oh, I don't know, there might be water down at Birdsville, down in Diamantina. Don't know. We'll see when we get there. Anyway, the old Bedourie tourist park, $30 for a powered site. And we went the powered site.
And the gym.
Oh yeah, the gym.
The gym.
Got the gym there next door. Where we went for a powered site for air conditioning. She was a bit hot yesterday. Anyway. So one thing that I love about these country roads is how well signposted they are. These signs are great. And the new flash LED ones, you can see everywhere where you're going, whether it's open or closed. It's a great idea. And the old thriving town of Bedourie, you can definitely tell that the old tourist season is over, because we've got like two cars in the street, and that's it. So wouldn't be terribly too much happening around here for the next few months. And apparently Sarah was talking to one of the ladies up at the community hall. They get flooded in here for 3 months in the wet season, So that wouldn't be terribly too much fun being flooded in here for 3 months. Just on the other side of the caravan park, there's a weir that stops all the flooding coming into the town so they can stay in town. And apparently once the water starts residing, there's just yabbies everywhere. You just walk along and just pick them up. Big yabbies. So that'd be interesting to see. Anyway, we'll show you how many people are in the caravan park. So over behind me here, we've got a guy and his wife who are actually living there for the time being. Their daughter works in town and they're just staying there. He's got a contract on the council and they're just staying there permanently, 150 bucks a week. So easy peasy. They were going to buy a block of land apparently and build, but unfortunately the cost to get building materials out here is just astronomical and it's just not worth it. And then we've got another guy and his wife staying. They've been on the road for 2.5 years. And then there's us. And then there's nobody else. But apparently before the Big Red Bash, they crammed 400 vans in here. Because it's only a couple of hours out of Birdsville, I guess everybody drops in here the night before going down to the Big Red Bash. But apparently the old road outside's like a car park and she's just chockers. It'd be mayhem. Well, when you get 12,000 people and probably 5,000 or 6,000 vans, it is mayhem. Been there, done that.